Hello, Genius. Welcome back to another episode of the Own Your Genius podcast, the space where we encourage you to use your education and your experiences to create dope businesses. I'm your host, Attorney LaConya Murray, owner of Off the Mark IP Solutions and founder of Mark Legal. I recently came across a question from a digital course creator who asked, I want to license my content to other coaches, but how do I make sure that I'm really protected? What do I need to do before I start these negotiations? I love this question, and I know so many other people have the same question, so let's get into it. Welcome back to the Own Your Genius podcast, where we talk about building smart businesses, creating standout brands, and turning your intellectual property into income. I'm your host, Attorney LaConya Murray, founder of Off the Mark IP Solutions. We're a boutique firm that helps professionals and experts use legal clarity and brand strategy to protect what they've built and grow what they've created. We got a good one for you today, so let's get started. This is a question about protecting content, which is the number one indicator that we need to start with copyright registration. So many people think that just creating something means that it's protected. Technically, that's true. Copyrights do exist from the moment you create it, but registration takes it up a notch. Why? Because as a copyright holder, you are given certain rights. And when you register your copyright, not only do you have official proof that you own your work, now you have the means to enforce those rights as well. While your copyright exists at the moment you create the work, your authority to enforce those rights only come with registration. That means in negotiations, you can sit at the table with confidence instead of saying, hey, trust me, I made this. You have the government backing you up. Think about it like selling your car. You wouldn't just hand over the keys without a title, right? Copyright registration is your title. Potential licensors see that and they know that you're serious. They know that your content isn't just valuable, it's protected. And suddenly, the deals get bigger, the terms get better, and you're less likely to get pushed around. And that's real power. Now let's talk about bundling. Most people think that licensing is just about one piece of intellectual property, one copyright. But if you have a course, a catchy brand name, and a cool logo, that's 3 pieces of intellectual property. You have copyrights, you have trademarks, and sometimes you may even have some trade secrets. And don't forget that if you're licensing your course, that course can be broken down as well. You have the video, you have the audio, and you have the workbook. Those are all separate pieces of intellectual property. So bundling your IP means that you're offering it as a package. You can use my video, you can use my branding, you can use my workbooks. It's like asking, do you want fries with that? Bundling helps you negotiate for bigger fees, longer deals, and more favorable terms. Instead of letting someone pick apart your hard work for a quick deal, imagine showing them that everything that you built, giving them the full picture with all your creative pieces working together. And when you do this, you're not just protecting what you've made. You're truly showing people the value of your work. It's about taking pride in your intellectual property. It's about presenting yourself as someone who understands what goes into every single asset. And this is what you can do to help with the bundling process. Take some time to gather up everything that you created. Maybe it's videos, audio files, workbooks, slide decks, your course name, course logo, or even your unique method that you developed. Get it all together. Each piece matters, and together they're going to tell the story of your expertise. Now, for each item, you want to go through and check what kind of intellectual property it fits into. Is it copyrights for written and recorded material, trademarks for your brand name and logos, and then you want to keep notes about any special processes that set you apart. Hang on to your drafts and your outlines too. They help show your ideas have grown over time. So when it comes time to talk with a potential licensor, don't just hand them a single document. Bring your whole collection to the table, along with proof that you own it and the rights that you're offering. You'll make their job easier and give them a peace of mind about what's included. More than that, you'll likely find yourself negotiating better terms because you're offering something that's complete and well protected, not just a single piece of the puzzle. And in the end, it's how you turn a small opportunity into something much bigger and more rewarding for both sides. Have you ever had that moment when you're about to launch something big and you suddenly worry, what if someone copies my brand or steals my content? I remember helping a member who thought her trademark was safe until she found a copycat online and needed a cease and desist letter. That's why Mark Legal exists. Our membership gives you the tools and support to protect your intellectual property, promote your brand, and profit with confidence. Ready to safeguard your genius? Join the waitlist today at marklegal.com. And let's get real. Licensors want to know what they're buying is legit. If there's any confusion about who owns the content, the deal's going to fall apart. That's why clear ownership documentation is your best friend. This doesn't mean that you're keeping up with your receipts and your registration certificates. This is also about having solid written contracts, especially with vendors, freelancers, or employees who help create these materials. Without these agreements, you may run into questions about who actually owns the rights to the different parts of the content. Written contracts are going to spell out exactly who owns what, making it clear that you have the exclusive rights to license the finished product. And this is crucial because in many cases, if you hire someone to help you, like a graphic designer, a video editor, or a writer, they may automatically own the copyrights to their contribution, unless you have a contract that transfers those rights to you. And the same goes for employees. Their work usually does belong to the company, but having everything in writing is going to eliminate any type of ambiguity. When you show up with all your paperwork and your contracts and you're telling licensors, hey, you don't have to worry, I've done the work, secured every contribution, and you can use my content without risk, this isn't just practical, it's emotional. Licensors want a peace of mind. They want to feel safe investing in your work. When you bring clarity and documented agreements, you build trust, and trust leads to more deals, more referrals, and more money in your pocket. I talk to creators all the time who miss out because their paperwork is messy, they're missing, or they skip those key contracts. Don't let that be you. Own your genius by owning your records and making sure that every deal, every collaboration, or every creative contribution is backed up with a solid written agreement. Now, we talked about a lot in our short time today, so let's talk about some actionable takeaways. Number 1, register your copyrights as soon as possible. It's your official proof of ownership. 2, identify and bundle all your IP assets for licensing negotiations. Think copyrights, trademarks, and unique process. 3, keep clear, accessible documentation of ownership of every piece of content that you create. 4, be proactive. Don't wait for someone to ask. Have your paperwork ready before you start negotiating. And finally, regularly review and update your records, especially when you create new content or make changes. You worked hard to create your genius. Now work smart to protect it. Licensing is about more than making money. It's about making sure your creative legacy is secure, respected, and valued. Register your copyrights, bundle your IP, document your ownership, and watch your deals get bigger and better. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Own Your Genius podcast. If you found this episode helpful, share it with a friend, leave a review, and don't forget to subscribe for more genius tips. Until next time, keep building your business, growing your brand, and owning your genius. Let's take this conversation over to ownyourgenius.co. I want you to share this episode with 3 people and have them join you there. But before you go, you know what to do. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and rate the podcast. Until next week, keep building your business, growing your brand, and owning your genius.